Okay. Hey everyone, welcome to What the Fuck is Happening, the podcast.
Welcome.
The RuPaul's, for the final time, the RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under bonus episode, recap, spin-off, prequel, sequel, reboot, episodes, right?
The last one.
I know, when I
The
say...
last melon.
What the fuck was that?
You know, from Ice Age with the dodo birds. The last melon.
Okay, well... You're more of a nerd than I thought you were.
I can't believe that.
You can't, well, whatever. So when I say we literally just finished watching the finale, I mean, like, literally just.
It was, like, literally
30
less
seconds
than a minute ago.
Literally.
Yeah.
Take a shot every time I say literally. That made me sad. Okay.
That's too real.
Maddie, we're here. We're at the finale of the first season of RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under.
Wow.
Can you even believe?
Cannot believe.
Cannot believe. For a recap of last week, what you predicted that Karen...
Scarlet would win.
Did you?
I think it was Scarlet. Yeah, because
who did you want to win? You wanted Karen or Art to win.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I wanted Kitamine to win.
Yeah.
And I'm a fucking psychic.
No, but who did you think would win?
Well, I wanted Kitamine to win. She was my number one to win. But I thought they were going to pick Art or Karen.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah. But, like...
And they didn't. Honestly, after this episode, though, like, by the end of it, I was like, oh, I hope Kita does win, because I feel like I could feel the journey that she'd been on more than others. But...
And not just the journey, she's been, like, consistently good the whole time.
It's true.
And, like, Reese said...
And as Reese said, yeah.
Look at us go. She's got a different silhouette every week. She's always...
Yeah.
She shows that she can do everything.
Yeah, exactly. Good on her.
And you know what? We may as well jump straight into it. While we're here, they kept coming every fucking episode. They kept coming at Karen for not being, like, diverse enough in character. Like, they kept saying she was very one note. But, like, at the end of this episode, I was like, fuck me. Scarlett Adams is doing the sexy thing again. Like,
yeah, it's really true.
All she's worn
she did that a lot.
Right? Corsets and nude things.
Yeah.
And every time she's had to dance or anything, she's just done sexy dances.
Yeah, it's really true. She's definitely like, yeah.
And both times she's had to rap, she basically rapped the exact same thing. She used the same puns again in this one as the Queen's Down Under one. I'm like, okay. But again, obviously I'm biased. That's nothing. I'm just saying that they came for Karen for being too one note, but then Scarlett was also right there being just as one note.
It's true.
In my opinion.
If not worse. At least Karen's is like a character, you know? Like it. Yeah, I don't know, I vibed with it. And I didn't vibe with Scarlett.
Yeah, no, obviously. So, I feel like, we'll go through my notes quickly, but, like...
Okay.
I feel like the structure-wise, the episode was, pretty fast-paced.
Oh my god.
So much of it was... No, go.
No.
I was gonna say, it was so fast-paced, but because so much of the content was, like, them trying to wring out emotional stuff, it felt like it was longer, but it was only a minute longer than every episode.
It felt so long. We got 40 minutes in and I said to Nick, I was like, is it almost done yet? Like, why is it still going?
Literally, it got to the 40-minute mark and she's like, wow, they're about to announce the winner. And I was like, I don't think it's done. I think there's still 15 minutes.
Yeah. No, I think the issue is, as you say, it was so fast-paced, which usually, like, makes it feel really rushed. And it did, but it also makes it feel exciting, which did not happen here. And I think that's because all of the segments, even though they were quite like short and there were so many of them, were all about like the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'll be right, thank you. I don't need my dose of real emotion in my reality TV.
Yeah, like, retweet. Yes.
Exactly, yeah.
Anyway, so... Well, actually, one thing I noticed at the beginning of the episode, which I found fascinating, was that they spent, like, the entire intro section, like, the whole 3 minutes, just trying to convince the audience that even though Art Simone missed an episode, and even though Art Simone hasn't won anything, she could still win. And, like, I completely agreed, but they didn't need to spend a whole 3 minutes, like, jamming it down our throats, you know?
See, I missed that. I don't remember that at all. See, this is how long this episode felt to me. I've forgotten the shit that happened at the beginning.
You're a loose cannon, honestly. Like, the smartest person I know, and also, like, the most, what's the word? Not how to touch.
Dumbest.
No, like,
yes.
You know, off with the fairies.
Yeah, accurate.
Does that make sense?
Accurate. Yes,
anyway, we're meant to
you're
be
correct,
reviewing.
and you're not the first person to say that to me.
Wow.
So
here I was thinking I was original. Anyway, but also while we're talking about Art Simone, she tweeted, I believe the other day, and then deleted it like immediately.
Iconic.
Because she got in trouble. That when they filmed her elimination in like episode 2, they fucking lost the footage and had to refilm her elimination and lip sync 3 times with Coco and her. Right? I'm like, oh,
that's brutal!
God, it's brutal out here. Like, not only is that tough, it's like, it makes sense with the whole last-minute production change thing. Basically, this entire mini-series of us reviewing and recapping this episode is just me, justifying justifying the fact that they had to change last minute, you
know? That's really fucked up.
That's rough.
How do they lose footage? Like,
yeah, again, it must have just been a rush production, which those early episodes you could definitely tell anyway, but...
Yeah, that's very true.
That was a fun little fact
Wild.
for you. They usually film the performances twice. Like, they would have filmed the tonight's song performance twice, just so they had different shots and stuff.
Yeah.
But I've never really heard of, like, a full-on elimination being refilmed so many times.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Oof, that would make me... That's an emotional turmoil that I don't need.
Tea. At the beginning, near the beginning, there was a moment where the queens were like, I wonder if this will be a flashback episode. Let's give some reactions. That was so funny.
That was so funny.
That was genuinely cute and funny and sweet and wholesome.
It was very cute.
And also, this is the first time the editors have, like, actually done something. Full stop. Like, done something.
Do you mean ever in the whole history of Drag Race, or just in this series?
Just this season. Just this series. Just down under. I feel like maybe it's because it was the last one. They had so much more time to edit it. They were like, let's fuck around and do something funny. But there's usually a lot of that in all the other ones, but... Anyway. I could never edit the whole episode, so, like...
Oh, no, me
still, they're better than
way
me.
Too much footage.
Tea. This week there's no mini challenge, but we find out that the maxi challenge is going to be recording their own verses and being fully choreographed stage performance of RuPaul's song "I'm a Winner, Baby."
Yes.
You agree?
Which, of course, brings the funniest moment of the whole series.
Which was?
With Art Simone.
Oh. I don't... Oh my god, I've got to hear something.
Wait, do I...
Oh! I see. I was talking about a different bit. when Karen's like, I've written a couple of versions of this, and one of them is like a homage to the queens who have been eliminated, and I don't know which one I should choose. And I was like, darling, they're dead. Move on. Literally.
It's true. And then she immediately followed that up with, and so I knew that the homage was the worst way to go when I told her to do that.
Yeah.
Like, iconic. Truly iconic.
Yeah, honestly, this episode was really good for art. She made me laugh so much. She made Rupaul laugh at the end, so that was...
Finally.
Yeah, finally.
A victory for her.
Yeah. Anyway, the other part of this week's challenges is that they have to do a little interview. Right? With Rue and Billy.
Yeah, oh, who fucking knows, honestly. At
this is where so much of the emotional drama stemmed from.
Well, this is the beginning of it, I feel like.
This is the beginning of the end. Dun dun dun. Anyway.
Well, because we had these interviews, which was a lot.
Mm-hmm. I concur.
With, like, particularly, who was the one? Oh, it was Art, where they were just talking, and then Michelle suddenly was like, no, stop. It's like, what? And then she just went on to be like, you've got issues.
Yes.
And it's like, ooh.
Every single one, they were like, yeah, they were like, sorry, that's not deep enough. I have to dig down to childhood trauma.
Right?
And I'm like,
which they did.
Michelle, when did you become a psychologist? And why didn't you record it for a docuseries?
Iconic.
You know?
Well, yeah, she then did it again with, who was that other one?
With Kitamine.
Was it Kita? Yeah, where Michelle was like, anyway, well, my issues come from my childhood trauma. And it's like, ooh, ah!
Yep.
Okay. Really just going here.
Stop, she's already dead. Literally too much. It was too much.
It was a lot.
They said there haven't been enough tears this season, so let's fucking ruin their lives on international television.
Literally, let's just tell every terrible thing that's ever happened to them.
Yeah, literally. Okay, also, side note, we had another celebrity pre-recorded thing this episode, which was Olivia Newton-John.
Right.
And for those of you who couldn't be bothered to Google, her daughter. And that was a thing that happened, and I don't really have anything to say on it.
No, it was kind of weird. It was weird that it was like pre-recorded, obviously, and then it was weird because Rue was acting like it was live, and I'm not vibing with this dynamic.
This is why your acting career didn't work out, Rue.
Yes.
Anyway, but I will say they actually did an Olivia Newton-John song physical for the lip sync at the end. Which they only matched up the guest with the song twice this season, and it was in the last 2 episodes, so I feel like they finally got it right. True. You know?
They did finally get it right. Well, the fact that they still did a Danny Minogue one, but like episodes later, really pissed me off.
Was personally. Unhinged, frankly.
It was unhinged.
Frankly. Anyway, we're gonna not go through the trauma stuff because 1, I don't remember it, and 2, it was so much of the episode.
The trauma.
Yeah,
it was so much of the episode.
But anyway, we got to see the queens for the first time this season do like choreographed dance that they didn't have to choreograph themselves. Which was interesting. It was cute and fun.
It was interesting. I'm not gonna lie. And I don't know if it was the queens or the choreography or it was the song, but I didn't feel like it was a particularly strong performance. Was that just me?
No, I don't think
like
it's
at the
you.
end, I mean, the final performance.
Yeah, no, I know. I don't think it's you. I think it's the fact that they chose a pretty low energy song to do the remix of. Fair. So like they couldn't be doing death drops and craziness the whole time. That's which it was definitely not one of the ones that I would have picked for a remixed version of. Yeah. But it honestly, the performance was fantastic. Do you not agree?
I've seen better.
Oh.
The verses were pretty good, and their singing was really good. Like, I was down for their verses and stuff. I'm just not really sure the performance itself was, like, great.
Okay, fine. The song was really good.
Fair.
And
Good.
honestly,
That's true, it was.
I feel like Kitamine deserves extra credit for specifically being like, well, they've already seen that I can rap, so I'm gonna sing, so they know that I can do everything. And that was smart.
That's true. It was a bold move too. I don't feel like queens often do that.
Yeah.
When they get songs, they always rap.
Yeah, especially Queen Elizabeth.
Especially Queen Elizabeth.
Especially. Anyway,
That
back to the
bitch.
that bitch. Back to the choreography, which we never finished talking about, was Art Simone asking if she's meant to be slapping her noonie.
That was so fucking funny.
Truly, when I say that Maddie and I wish we should have screen recorded the whole thing. Because Maddie and I were dying. That's like the most I've laughed the whole season. It was so damn funny. So stupid.
So funny.
So stupid. It was so funny.
Particularly in her confessional where she just kept saying noonie and she was like, and my noonie has been stretched in places it's never been stretched before. It's like, what are you even talking about, you crazy woman? I love you.
Literally. Yes, but for me it was the fact that the choreographer had no idea what she was talking about.
Yeah, that was so funny too.
And Art's going, the noonie. And he's going, the noonie. The noonie.
It's so true. Art's like, I'm not going to use a different word. This person is going to say noonie, or I'm going to die here.
Literally, I will die until.
And the choreographer did.
Yeah,
literally.
He gave in. He gave up. It was so damn funny.
He did. He was like, yes, the noonie. Hilarious.
Yeah. Well, back to the this one's all over the place, but I just saw a note in my phone that said I was shook that Kitamine actually ate the Jaffas at the end.
Oh yeah, that was wild.
Because they never do that on Drag Race, and it was so funny.
Well,
because she made jokes about balls, which always a killer.
When that sequence was going down, I was like to Nick, I don't remember what I said. I think I said, like, I don't like Jaffas, I wouldn't eat them, or something like that. And then Nick was like, well, no, you're not supposed to eat them. And so I was like, okay, this is a tradition. And then I was even shocked, even though I'd known about the tradition for 2 minutes. When Kita did it, I was like, this is a bitch.
It was so funny. It was so funny. Love it. Do we care about their performance looks? They all looked good. They weren't,
except for Scarlett.
Exactly. My point being, Scarlett just wore the same fucking thing she wore every week, which was strappy corset. The rest of them actually did something different.
It's true. I was vibing with Karen's.
I was too. The Dolly Parton Elvis look was great.
Yeah, and also Art's hair was psychedelic. It was.
Her whole outfit was. And when Kitamine came out, I was like, wait, isn't that Karen from Finance? It was great. The whole thing. Loved it. 11 out of 10. Whose rap did you think was the strongest? Because I thought probably Simone and Kitamine.
I would say Art's was the strongest, and then Kita's. Kita's was good. The issue with the singing is I think that you can't really get enough words in, but just because you don't it's stretched out, slower, but I felt like it was still really strong, and her voice was beautiful.
Yeah, really great. I don't even where did that come from?
I know, yeah, exactly.
That's great. And I know you hated it, but Karen from Finance's little musical theatre dramatic talking bridge moment I was living. I was like, this completely makes sense in my fantasy. It's camp.
It was so weird. It wasn't that I hated it. It was just a bit what are you doing? Why did you choose this to be your subject?
Yeah.
You know?
This is really fair. I'm glad they put it in the bridge because it made sense as a bridge at least.
It's true.
But then I also, I feel like I need to disclaimer, she did the same thing in the first song, in the Queens Down Under, so if I'm going to come for Scarlett for it, I also have to come for Karen for it, and
Fair.
that's that on that. Anyway. We then had the runway, right?
Mm.
And I took quick photos so we can just give our little opinions. Everyone looked great, no surprise.
They did.
Sorry, I keep sniffling. The juxtaposition between the runways of the first episode and even the second episode to the second half of the season is whiplash.
It's true.
I don't know what clicked in all of them, like 2 or 3 episodes in, but they like all stepped it up and it was wild. But anyway,
they got their shit together.
We had Art Simone's look was the aqua like ballroom. It was stunning. The hair was iconic.
It's true. The hair was iconic. The dress was kind of iconic too. It was giving me super like Cinderella vibes.
Yeah. T. We had Karen from finance in the I think I described it as Disney villain meets accountant.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
It was kind of weird, but I loved it.
But it worked for her.
Yeah, it was still glam, you know?
Yeah.
Next we had Kitamine's angel look with the
oh my god, okay,
pastel
this
hair.
was beautiful.
Beautiful.
And the wings was breathtaking.
The wings have been done a couple times on Drag Race.
Oh, okay.
But not that well, not that smoothly. They're not usually pulled off so well. Yeah. So I was very impressed, and it was stunning.
It was stunning.
And then we had Scarlett's. That's that on that.
Yeah. Well, as I said to you when we were watching, the dress was beautiful, and I would wear that myself, but it didn't suit her.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think,
Yeah. My only opinion was that I thought that, it didn't all quite, mesh as well as it could have. I think the wig and the jewelry were just the slightest bit out of place on the dress. But again, I'm completely biased.
Fair.
Do I feel bad for Scarlett for all of the obvious, fair, valid hate she's getting? Yes, that must be horrible to deal with mentally.
Yeah.
But I can't look at her and not be grossed out.
That's fair.
You know?
It's true.
Sorry, that's a little tangent.
On a side.
Yeah. Anyway, we then had them have to talk to their younger selves and say why they deserve to win. Maddie hated it. She hates the mushy.
Yeah, more emotionals. Yeah.
You know, pretend that you're one of the drag queens and I'll be Michelle, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Do I just
Maddie,
sit here?
What?
Okay.
Maddie, why do you think it is that you hate all of the mushy emotional scenes? Let's dig into that.
Well, the reason is entirely
childhood trauma.
That is so accurate. It's not funny.
That's for anyone who's not watching the actual episode, that's basically what half of it was.
Oh, that's so funny.
Anyway, so that was all cute and fine and fresh, and honestly, they all gave pretty good moments. Like they all gave the drama in those moments, you know.
This is true.
Yeah,
they did.
Anyway, and then we find out that they all have to lip sync separately to the same song.
Yeah, that was a choice.
And correct me if I'm wrong, not you because you didn't watch it, but I don't know, people who have watched it. I think this is the second time it's been done. I think they did it on season 2 of Drag Race UK. And I might be very wrong, but I think I'm right. I liked it. The editing of it's all frantic and ridiculous, but I like it. I think it's cute. And it does give them the
like the concept. Yeah, I like the concept of it for them in the competition. It doesn't really translate very well to TV. Yeah,
okay. That's a valid opinion. I agree.
Yeah.
I give you permission to say that opinion. No, I think I'd agree with that, for sure. Anyway, who did you think was doing the best in that lip sync? Because Personally, same. I thought Art and Kita were the most captivating. Art was doing really well. Kita was the most captivating, though I do think by just a bit. Also fucking hilarious. I think
because she was telling a whole story,
Yeah, a filthy story.
So funny. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. That's the only type of story you want to hear.
T. And then Karen's...
Childhood trauma.
Go off. Karen actually did way more high energy than I thought she would do, which I loved, because literally earlier in the episode she was like, my dancing extent is move from one side of the stage to the other.
It's true, and I feel like we saw that in the dance. I don't think she did that good a job. I was so surprised when Michelle was like, wow, you really brought it, Karen. I was like, really? That's the only person you're going to say that to?
I'm talking about the lip syncs.
I know you're talking about the lip sync, but I'm just saying.
You're throwing it back so you can shit on her more.
In the competition, she did badly. Yeah, exactly. And in the lip sync, I didn't really watch her, I'm not going to lie. My eyes were overwhelmed with the editing.
Karen had some funny moments in hers. She humped the wall and did some stuff, and it was great. Scarlett did the exact same dancing thing she's done to every other episode. No comment.
Every other time.
No opinion on that. But yeah, I think Kitamine definitely won lip sync, which I love that for her. She's my favorite.
Yeah.
And then we've already said it, but like, who wins?
Yeah!
Kitamine wins.
Kitamine wins. For her.
My number one choice.
Yeah, no, I was feeling that. It was good. That was a good choice.
But I will say, by the end of it, no, through the whole thing, I would have been happy with a Kitamine win, an Aunt Simone win, a Karen from Finance win, or an Anita Wiglet win.
Fair. Same. Yeah. Same.
Because I just love them all. And like, if JoJo hadn't gone home the first episode, I would have wanted JoJo to win.
Same.
You know?
Yeah, same.
I'm glad we're on the same page. So, when Kita wins, she's so high energy and so crazy, and I love it. Especially knowing that it's acting. And that one's actually going to win. Which
that was weird. That was weird knowing that.
Yeah. Yeah. That I saw the video of her actually watching the episode and finding out she wins, and it's very wholesome. She cries a lot. Which I love.
That's cute. That's very cute.
Anyway, that's the whole episode. That's the whole season, baby.
Wow. Can't believe we've made it.
I know, we didn't miss a week. We were late last week.
Were we?
I think so, but look, anyway.
I think we might have been.
So what's your final thoughts on the season as a whole? Just a quick summary.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really solid. They ironed out the kinks.
Yes.
On the first couple of episodes. They had some good personalities. It was very funny. The drag queens were very good at what they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it. Yep. It was good. And I hope they do more.
Yeah, same. You summed up all my thoughts perfectly. The cast was like pretty well. I love the entire cast, honestly, minus
she who shall not be named.
But yeah, I loved it, and like you said, they really stepped it up from the first two episodes. It really took off, and it was great. I hope there's more. I hope JoJo gets to come back next season as the first eliminated queen.
Fuck yes.
And overall I loved it. Honestly.
Same.
And yes, there was a couple hiccups, but there's been worse. Maybe
there has been.
But yeah, I don't know. I challenge Drag Race fans who watched it, and honestly, I think it's the vocal minority. They complain about every fucking episode of every Drag Race ever.
Lol.
And it's exhausting.
I imagine so.
But luckily, the majority of people who watch it, like most of the audience, watches it because they love drag and they love the drag queens and they love reality TV.
Me.
Anyway, that's it on that. Cute toot in the boot. We need
beautiful, perfect.
You look like Linda Evangelista. ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-da. We need an Aussie slang word of the week. And I wrote down 3.
Okay.
We have jaffers, because I don't know that anyone out of Australia and the UK would know what jaffers are.
It's true. I don't think people actually have them outside of here. Yeah.
They don't in the UK. But then again, we're basically just the UK.
It's true.
We have unco. Kitamine called herself unco when dancing.
Wild. I didn't know other people didn't know that either.
I don't think unco's a thing everywhere else. It just means uncoordinated.
Wild. It does.
But so much of my childhood was... Side tangent. I did gymnastics as a kid, and every time one of us fucked up the routine or whatever, we'd be like, oh my god, I'm so unco. That one holds a special place in my heart. And then also Art Simone saying the word Chookas in her rap was hilarious.
Iconic. I don't think I've heard that before.
Chookas. It's just like gals.
Oh.
Yeah. Chookas, bitches, yeah.
I've never liked jaffers because they really have...
No, I want to hear you. They really haven't?
Well, because they have like a really weird like orangey taste. Like they're quite like, they've got like a weird citrusy aftertaste and it's bizarre and I don't like them.
That's what they are.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Chocolate orange.
That's weird. I don't want it.
You're a loose cannon. Anyway, let's wrap up, I guess. On that wild note.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, same. We're back to normal episodes, I believe, next week, right?
Hopefully.
Cute. I am desperate for an episode because I feel like we've watched and missed so much pop culture shit. I'm ready to be back. You know?
Same.
It's been like 3 weeks, I think.
agree.
Which for us is
it's been a while.
lot. But, and also side note, the reason we're recording on Zoom this week is because I got my second Pfizer shot and
iconic of him.
A bitch has issues. That's also why my nose is so sniffly. My body's just like imploding.
Projecting.
Yeah. And that's why I'm sniffling so much, and that's why I'm on Zoom and everything. Anyway. I'm excited to see you next week. I'm excited to record a normal pod next week. I'm excited for hopefully more seasons of Drag Race Down Under.
Yeah. Bring it on.
Bring it on. Wow. Am I Kitamine?
Bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on. I don't know.
Wow. That was above. Anyway.
Thank you.
What are your socials super quick?
Oh, that's right. Lady Alice 101, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Nicholas?
If you want to follow the pod, you can find it at WTFIH Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. And if you want to... And YouTube. WTF is happening, the podcast. And if you want to follow me on Twitter or TikTok, it is NIC_sushi. And that's the T. Thank you, Maddie, for doing this with me. And thank you, people, for listening to our...
Well, thank you. That was very fun. I liked watching it every week.
Oh, bless.
Reviewing it, spouting things that I have no business spouting.
That's the thing. Let's say one last time. These women are more talented than we'll ever be.
Accurate.
And
I mean, well, speak for yourself.
I'm speaking for both of us, bitch. Anyway, thank you for listening to What the Fuck is Happening, the podcast.
Yes.
The RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under recap, bonus, spin-off, sequel, prequel, finale.
Beautiful. Flawless as always.
I know, so smooth. Just like those first couple episodes of Down Under. Anyway.
Exactly.
Love you, baby. Bye.
Bye.